Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crew SMP. Now you'll realize my skin is different and I'm blinking. That is because I went in and pulled my roleplay skin from a while back. This is the skin that I'm going to be using for this SMP specifically. It's the one I modified so that it would work with the SMP. All that other stuff, but if I actually sleep with this skin, my eyes will close and that whole thing. But this is going to be the skin you're going to be seeing on the SMP specifically. All I did between my last roleplay, the last version of the skin, and this one is I changed my eyes back to purple. I am also going to be asking to see if Josie, who is Josillia, to see if I can get some like steampunk-esque goggles to take the place of my helmet. Speaking of which, I am wearing armor. I now have a mod that allows me to have invisible armor, so I am wearing it, but you guys will see a lot more of just my skin in general, which is nice. I put a lot of time in these skins. I would like them to be seen. But today we are focusing on building up the base. I am currently on the server by myself, which is nice because I am very much the type of person who will get distracted constantly. So it's nice to be on here alone to get some work done. Now, today, we will be working on getting the bee farm set up. You'll notice I have 4 hives. These are the exact amount of hives I wanted to set this farm up, because I want an auto honeycomb farm that will run whenever I'm in my base. Also, I have some ideas as to where I'm going to mega base. Honey chose this type of spot. I was looking at this one. I'm gonna at some point go down here and look at both of these and kind of figure out which one I want to use. Do I want the island on its own, or do I want to connect it to a bit more of a landmass? Also, there is some disclosing. I did die again. This is my second death, but this down here, this is actually the games district, and this over here, I believe, is the shopping district. So you may see me in those areas building certain things for the server in general. Now, I kind of need to introduce what's going on around here. What's with all the purple wool? I went with purple because it's stark against my base, so it kind of gives me a show as to where I'm going with all of this. This is going to be a bunch of animal pens, including a stable area for Socks, who is the horse. And then I have a little hangout zone. This was actually suggested by my mother, the lovely More to Me for Life, because I've mentioned that there's been quite a few times where I've had people come over to my base and just hang out for a while. So I want to build kind of a zone for that to happen, instead of everybody just kind of like hanging out. Because originally everybody, before I built this area up, the platforms that were here just kind of marking everything out, people would come around and sit on these. So I'm going to build like some sort of kind of fallen down gazebo over here. And then I have like a major storage area that's going to be unearthed over here. I kind of want to build in the face of it to make it look like it's fallen, like dirt and everything has clogged it up. Before I do my first lore video, now I also need to explain that bit, because I do explain that I'm going to be doing a lore episode, but I'm not going to do it just yet. My plans have kind of changed. I feel like the lore bit shouldn't happen until I have most of the ruin done. So my first lore video is going to hold off until I get all of these ruin bits in, at least the forefront of all of them. Also, I should probably bring into account, I think I recorded while this was in here. I don't quite remember if I got this in, but I've restructured the bedroom a little bit to have a project board. I tend to get distracted very easily. If you've seen any of my content, you know that I struggle with an attention issue. So I tend to get distracted halfway through a project. So this gives me a visual thing to allow me to actually look and see what I need to do. Today, we're going to be working on the animal pens and the auto bee farm. The auto bee farm is going to go off over here, because this is where I tend to AFK a lot, is just in my bedroom. So I think the bee farm is going to have to go off over here somewhere. Okay, we're going to get back into this. I had to stop and go do a different recording real quick, because for the lore episode, I'm gathering footage for me to have basically a little bit of, well, a diary thing of my character actually excavating all of this. She's kind of a mix of an archaeologist and kind of an inventor and a builder. At least lore-wise for this. I'm going to build down into here. And essentially I'm going to be building a few different farms down here. We're going to start with a bee farm. Okay, and that's going to lead down into here. Can hear water. I think this is directly beneath the river I have. And then the bee farm, its entire setup is going to be behind a wall over here. And I kind of want glass going into it so you can see. So this is where I want the visual bit of it to be. Actually, kind of want it down by one more. Because there's going to be like a small decorative bit here. So I kind of want it to come down one more. And then this is actually going to be a visual into the farm. You know what? I'm going to try this on my own. I've seen a few different ones. And we're just gonna try this. Honeycomb. It's starting. Oh, this design does work. Our girl can pray. Oh, Josillia is here. Don't come at me. Get your butt back over here. Come back over here. Back over here. Get back in y'all's hives. Hello. Hello. What? Why are you going over there? What? The pathfinding for these guys is weird. Okay. Put you in. Close up. Holy bejesus. Okay. And we are getting honeycombs. Great. Okay. Absolute headache and a half. But it is done. It is completely finished. That is pale moss in there, so it doesn't clash with the tuff too much. It actually blends pretty well with the tuff. And I like it. There is copper bulbs up in there. I couldn't put them further down so that you could see them, because if I did that, then they would trigger on and off whenever the machine itself triggered. So every time a bee left the hive, it would turn on and off. So, you know, I was just not going, I was not going to mess with it. Now, I need to seal this real quick. We can redo this in a second. I need to seal it. And this is my actual access point into the back pieces of the machine. I need to get a trapdoor to go here. And then like a stair going up this way. And I kind of want to redo this entire area, because I still need access back here. Because I need to be able to get into the dispensers to put honey bottles or shears or anything else like that. I need to be able to get back here to do all that. So that's the reason I'm not completely cutting off access back here. I do need to open this up a tad. I need to actually go make some more copper bulbs because I want to make full access to the back of this machine. My character is a tinkerer. This would kind of be what she'd want to be looking at. So I kind of need to redo the entirety of the back portion of this. I also just need in general to do, like, finish up this hallway. Okay, but this is this machine. I kind of want to put like a copper bulb up here. And where the access to this machine is, in between the two, I kind of wanted to put like a small... I wanted to put another farm here, near about. So they'll look into another farm here. So this is going to come back at least one more. Because I'm still going to need access to this one, but I think I'm going to make the access to this farm up here. Like it is with this one. Where it's down here. I'm just going to flip it and put it over here, because this is going to be like a small, really small sugarcane farm. I don't need one that's massive. I need just a tiny one, because everybody on the server is making like a sugarcane farm. So I don't need something massive, I just need something small. Okay, and there we go, an auto bee farm. It is completely blended into my wall, and it is completely decorated back here. So that I have full access to the farm, and this little trapdoor right here allows me to collect the honeycomb as it comes in. Now, since I have full access to these, I can put bottles in these and get honey if I want to. Now, the only reason this door is so far this way is because the redstone component is so far out. This one, the redstone components are actually going to be pretty small and completely behind it, and I don't have to access them. So this area is going to be a lot smaller once I get this one done. This one was not a focus for today. I'm just clearing out the area for it a little bit. Kind of want to get one of the animal farms in place. The thing is I don't know exactly how I want to do these. I know I set these out here, but that's just because I have plans to put stuff out here. But I think we're going to start with the chicken farm, just because it's the only one that's up on a different platform than everything else. And these are just going to be random circular ruins. They're not going to actually be anything serious. Okay. Basic structure down. Looks like this may have been a building at one point. Now, I do want to mess a few of these up by putting foliage in. Oh my gosh, does it feel good to not have a hole in my yard? Now, the next few are just going to kind of round about here. Make it look kind of like this used to be like some sort of small research facility. So the people who lived here would also live in here. Plan on doing like some small farms alongside these. Don't know quite where yet. I know I want one pen here, and I think I want one somewhere down there. I don't quite know where yet, to make it look like these were once houses for the people that worked in the research facility. And then do some other like smaller like beetroot or wheat, potatoes, carrots, because right now all I have is wheat planted. I kind of need the other farms going so I can get more crops. But I will definitely be probably recording more between now and later whenever I get this video live. But I personally am going to leave this video clip off here. So if you see any more, it's probably going to have like a little bit of a background to music. I may end up slipping that in like right about now. But this is all I'm going to do for this recording session. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.